The old man fired up an electric grinder and used it to trim his toenails. Then he doused the yard with gasoline and set fire to the weeds. Come evening, he rolled out an Indian motorcycle. He fired up the engine in one go, and the thunderous roar woke all the sleeping neighbors. The reason for his madness was simple. To fulfill his dream of becoming the world's fastest motorcyclist, he'd spent a lifetime modifying this Indian bike. But the next day, when the townspeople gathered to see him off, a gang of bikers crashed the scene. They scoffed at the idea of an old man on an old Indian motorcycle thinking he could become the world's fastest rider. The old man wasn't about to back down though. He challenged them to a race and beat them. They quickly made their way to the racetrack. When the starting whistle blew, the bikers' motorcycles all shot forward, but the old man just sat there. He had no choice but to call for help from his friends, who rushed over and pushed together until his Indian motorcycle finally roared to life. Just when the bikers thought they had it in the bag, everyone was stunned by what happened next. The old man instantly overtook every other rider and left them eating his dust. But then disaster struck. As he rounded a corner, the Indian motorcycle unexpectedly tipped over and the other riders passed him. He lost the race. Worse yet, the next day the old man had a heart attack and was rushed to the hospital. The doctor told him he'd need medication for the rest of his life. Burt realized his time was running out. To make his dream come true while he still could, he mortgaged his house and set out for Salt Lake City, Utah to chase his dream. He headed off with his Indian motorcycle toward his dream. At a gas station, those bikers suddenly surrounded him. Moved by the old man's spirit, they pooled together what little money they had to help fund his dream. Then they escorted him to the harbor with the highest honor a rider can give. After countless hardships, the old man finally made it to Salt Lake City, Utah. He signed up for a motorcycle speed race, but when the officials inspected the Indian motorcycle, they were shocked. The gas cap was nothing but a cork, and the bike had no brakes at all. It could only be stopped by body friction. Still, the old man insisted on racing. Just as the race was about to begin, Burt pulled out 2 nitro pills, one for himself and one for his old buddy. Then, with help from the crew pushing, the motorcycle wobbled forward. But at the first speed checkpoint, he'd already hit 160 miles per hour. The crowd cheered and applauded. The old man's passionate devotion to motorcycles had earned everyone's respect. At the 6th checkpoint, his speed had reached 200 miles per hour. As his speed climbed, the heat from the exhaust pipe scorched his calves, but he gritted through the pain and opened the throttle even more. The extreme speed made the motorcycle shake violently, forcing the old man to lift his head to maintain balance. Just then, his goggles blew off. Even though he could no longer open his eyes, the old man kept accelerating. Finally, he broke the world record for motorcycle top speed. Everyone there was stunned. But this motorcycle had no brakes, and at such extreme speed on the ice, the bike soon flipped over and slid across the ground for more than 800 meters before Burt finally came to a stop. The old man discovered his calves had been severely burned, yet Burt felt nothing but pure joy because he'd finally achieved the dream he'd pursued his whole life. His entire life had been for this one moment, and it was all worth it. This is a movie based on a true story. Finally, do you know what the top speed of the fastest motorcycle is now? Follow me to watch more exciting movie clips.